I've always believed that handbags are more than accessories. They're emotional objects that witness our days, carry our essentials, and reflect the kind of woman we are becoming. And as I've been studying the evolving relationship women have with luxury, self-expression, identity, and comfort, I can say with confidence that 2026 is ushering in a gentle but meaningful shift. There is one particular change in the luxury space that most people haven't noticed yet. Subtle now, almost invisible, but once it takes hold, it will completely redefine what luxury means. I'll share that when the moment feels right, but first I want to lay the foundation. First, soft sculptural shapes. The era of hyper-structured, perfectly architectural handbags is softening. But we are not returning to the slouchy, collapsible shapes of the early 2010s either. Instead, 2026 is the year of sculptural softness, silhouettes that hold form, yet respond gently to touch and movement, molding gracefully to the body rather than resisting it. This style feels alive. Soft structure isn't shapeless, it is organic elegance. You'll see this reflected in pieces like the Bottega Veneta Jodi in its medium and large sizes, the Le Mer Croissant bag, the Rose NS Park tote, or even the Loewe squeeze bag. These bags feel less like objects and more like extensions of the body. They drape, they fold, they breathe. This shift is emotional. The world has felt sharp, fast, and demanding. Women are craving softness that doesn't collapse, strength that is gentle. A handbag that feels like it knows you, not one that stands apart from you. This is the feminine authority of 2026. The beauty of this style is that it feels deeply intuitive. When you place it on your shoulder or in the crook of your arm, it settles into place as if it already belonged there. It doesn't fight your movement, it accompanies it. The silhouette becomes part of your posture, your gesture, your presence. These bags are not just accessories, they are a language, one that says, I am composed, I am soft, and I am strong. This trend is not about changing who you are to fit the bag. It is about the bag reflecting the emotional fluidity already present in your life. Second, elevated everyday utility. The everyday bag is becoming the most important bag in a woman's wardrobe. Function is not the opposite of elegance, it is part of it. The bags that will dominate 2026 will be the ones you can use daily without effort, frustration, or compromise. Roomy enough to carry essentials, but not oversized. Beautiful enough to wear anywhere, but not precious. Designed to be lived in. Look at bags like the Celine Medium Triomphe, the Polène Numéro 10, the Saint Laurent Le Fiva 7 in the larger scale, or the Ferragamo Hug bag. These bags are structured enough to feel refined, yet intuitive to use. You don't have to think about them. The experience is seamless. Luxury is no longer about inconvenience. The truest luxury is ease. Women today move through many worlds in a single day. Work, friendship, creativity, errands, intimacy. A truly luxurious bag must support that reality without asking for compromise. The sense of everyday ease is itself a form of elegance now. Bags that fumble, scratch easily, or require constant adjusting feel outdated emotionally, not just aesthetically. The everyday bag is no longer the placeholder between statement pieces. It is the statement piece, not because it is showy, but because it is trusted. Third, heirloom level craft over branding. We are leaving behind the era of bags purchased for recognition. The next era of luxury is tactile. The value is in the leather grain, the stitching technique, the weight of the hardware, the way a flap opens, the softness of the edge paint. The details that only the wearer really notices. Hermès has always understood this, particularly in Barenia, Clémence, and Togo. But now, brands like Moynat, Métier London, and Savet are growing because they prioritize craftsmanship first. These are bags you understand, not by seeing them, but by touching them. When a woman matures in her relationship to luxury, she no longer wants to be recognized, she wants to be understood. Her bag becomes an expression of depth rather than display. This is where luxury becomes intimate. Craftsmanship has a quiet confidence. It doesn't demand to be seen to be valuable. When you hold a bag that is made well, you can feel it before you can explain it. It's in the density of the leather, the clean edge finishing, the smoothness of the zipper glide. These are not loud qualities, but they speak to the wearer on a private frequency. The bag becomes something you build history with, something that may one day carry your story into the hands of someone you love. Fourth, new heritage identity. Quiet luxury had its moment, but quiet luxury was often just minimalism with a rebrand. What we are moving into now is personal heritage. Bags that have recognizable identity without needing logos. You know the Romago when you see it. You recognize the Bottega Andiamo by the braided knot. You can identify a Celine bag by its proportions, even without hardware. This is elegance that whispers, if you know, you know. Women don't want to belong to a brand anymore. They want brands that fit seamlessly into the identity they already carry. Identity is becoming the luxury, not conformity, not status signaling. The most stylish women in 2026 will carry bags that feel like extensions of their personal narrative, not items purchased to create one. These are bags that feel timeless because they are rooted in design language, not trends. The shape, the handle curve, the scale, the stitching. These elements form a signature as recognizable as handwriting. And that is the new sophistication. Not needing to announce what you have, because your sense of self already speaks loudly enough. Fifth, butter leather neutrals. The color story of 2026 is warm and grounding. Cream, oat, wheat, honey, clay, mushroom, espresso, and warm black. Not flat neutrals, lived in neutrals. Leather that looks like it came from something natural. Leather that ages with grace. Think of the Gucci Jackie in camel, the Miu Miu Wonder in almond, the Jill Sander Tangle in taupe. These colors pair with everything because they feel close to the wearer's skin tone, rather than contrasting with it. They do not overpower, they harmonize. These tones also age beautifully. They gain polish, depth, and shine through touch, sunlight, and real life. These are the kinds of bags that get better with you, not older on you. This palette is also deeply emotional. It reflects a collective desire to return to softness, to grounding, to something that feels safe and human. The luxury market is shifting away from high-contrast statement pieces and towards bags that feel intimate and familiar. These are shades that tell a story, not shout one. They look elegant in daylight and even more elegant in evening light. When you carry these colors, you don't look like you're trying to match anything. You look naturally composed. Sixth, wide, comfortable shoulder straps. Comfort is elegance now. Thin straps that dig into the shoulder are falling away. The new strap proportions feel supportive, natural, and grounding. Bags like the Loewe Paseo or the Ferragamo Hug Bag understand this beautifully. When the strap rests comfortably, your posture shifts. You move differently. You feel held instead of burdened. Feminine strength is not about enduring discomfort. It is about choosing what supports you. Notice how the best-dressed women carry their bags like an extension of their clothing, rather than something they're constantly adjusting. A generous strap allows for that. It communicates a kind of quiet assuredness. I move at my pace with ease. The Dior Toujours and the Saint Laurent Le 37 are two more examples of this shift. Luxury that supports rather than restricts. We are stepping into an era where grace comes from alignment, not sacrifice. Seventh, small, medium shoulder bags, not minis. Mini bags were charming as novelty, but novelty is always fleeting. The most functional and refined size moving into 2026 is the small medium shoulder bag. The size that carries your essentials without excess. The size that sits softly under the arm and feels like part of your natural silhouette. Look at the Celine Ava Triomphe, the Prada Clio, the Louis Vuitton Capucines BB in softer leather. These bags communicate confidence and clarity. I have what I need, and I do not need to perform. This size feels adult. It feels lived in. It feels right. This is also the size that captures lifestyle reality. We are out in the world again. We need space for a phone, keys, a lipstick, maybe a small notebook, perhaps even a compact camera. A bag that participates in life rather than accessorizing it. The Love Luna and the APC Grace are other examples. Quiet, but intentional. There is maturity in choosing a size that supports your day rather than decorating it. Eighth, bags that age beautifully. A bag should not look worse with time. It should look more loved. Patina is returning as one of the highest expressions of luxury. Barenia leather, vachetta, natural calfskin, and vegetable tanned leathers carry memory, sunlight, touch, warmth, the daily life of the wearer. Brands leaning into this include Il Bisonte, Polène, Métier London, and Hermès always has. A bag that ages well becomes not just an accessory, but a companion. A quiet archive of the life you lived. There is something profoundly intimate about seeing a leather bag change with you. A crease from where your hand always rests. A deepening of color where the sun has touched it. These marks are not flaws. They are proof of presence. The Hermès Eveline, the Polène Numéro 10, the Céline Tabou. These pieces gain soul with time. The goal is no longer preservation, it is relationship. Ninth, small run artisan makers. And this is the shift I mentioned earlier, the one almost no one is talking about yet, but that will reshape luxury completely. The new status symbol is not the most recognizable bag. It is the least common one, the one purchased directly from a small atelier, a leather workshop, a slow fashion craft house. Brands like Savette, Little Lifner, Strathberry, Giuseppe, and Carolina Santo Domingo are already leading this space. These bags feel personal, not mass-produced, not trend-chasing. They feel like something chosen, not acquired. Luxury is becoming private. This is where the conversation shifts from ownership to intimacy. When you carry something made by hand, the bag feels alive. It holds someone's time, patience, and devotion. It carries the warmth of human work. The Savette Tondo, the Strathberry Crescent Shoulder, the Little Lifner Tulip Tote, each one feels considered. The woman who wears these pieces says, "I do not need recognition to know the value of what I choose." 10th, the return of the shoulder tote. The tote will re-emerge, but not as something oversized or floppy. The tote of 2026 is softly structured, warm in identity, easy in function. Think of the Kate Olivia tote, the Demelier New York tote, or the Celine Soft 16 Cabas. A tote that honors a woman with a full life, but does not overwhelm her silhouette. It carries your world and your grace. This tote is the answer to the modern woman's life, which is layered, fluid, and intentional. It allows space without excess. It respects motion rather than interrupting it. The Ro Margot Soft and the Mansour Gavriel Soft Tote are perfect examples. Purposeful, gentle, and quietly architectural. This is the bag you take to a workspace, to a gallery, to a late afternoon coffee that turns into evening. It adapts because you do. This year we are stepping into luxury that is intimate, meaningful, and deeply connected to the way we actually live. Bags are no longer about being seen. They are about being understood. They are companions, memory keepers, extensions of our identity. The most beautiful part of this shift is that it honors the woman first. You do not have to announce yourself. You do not have to prove anything. You already are enough. Your bag simply reflects the softness and strength you are choosing to carry into the world. So tell me, which of these tips will you be following for the next year's trends? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found value in this video, you're gonna love this next one.